With video.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think I was muted. And I welcome you all to Nollywood and I. I mean, it's one of the series of talk shows that we are going to be having. Like I said, something is unveiling. And to take us through this program will be my co-host. And his name is Victor Ezemobi, who is the MD of Brivik Media Limited. By the way, Brivik Media Limited are the producers of music and vibes, I believe, or Fuse and Vibes talk show. Mr. Victor, you are welcome. Just say a word. Hello, Mr. Victor. Okay, he cannot hear us. Now, with us is also Johnny Falcons. Johnny Falcons, by the way, is the MD of Viva Entertainment Group based in the US and a leading provider of the OTT solution platform that you can ever find in the world. Now, Falcons is coming with decades of experience, especially in the movie industry world. And Viva Live TV has done amazingly well, especially when it comes to OTT as a solution for movie producers, for content producers, and for even channel building. Falcons, you are welcome to this show. How are you doing?
Thank you. Oh, well, thank you. I hope everybody's well over there, especially in these rough times. And looking forward to participating more often in these panels, which is a learning experience for all of us and learning from each other.
Great, great. You are welcome, Falcons. And I'm going to hand over to Victor, who will do justice to introducing the other guests, special guests that we have. Victor, over to you.
Okay. Good afternoon, viewers. Sorry about the initial technical issue. I was getting a whole lot of echo, back where I am. So the music industry is seen as a make-believe industry. Make-believe in the sense that what we see on the screen is usually acted out. But behind the scene, I can assure you that it is not make-believe. People put in hard work, people toil, to make sure that what we call make-believe, comes to life. So in today's program, we have lined up, some producers, those who put in the work behind the scene, so that we can see what we see, on the screens. First on the list of our guests today is Mr. Jelio Uche. Jelio Uche is a filmmaker, he's a director, and a martial arts expert. Now, wait for it. He is a 5-time national champion in martial arts. So behind making movies, he knows how to kick, people. If you mess up, he kicks you down. So, Mr. Joe, you're welcome to the show.
Hello, welcome everyone. And I'm so happy, so glad to be part of this show. Thank you.
Then our second guest, Mr. Aquila Njama. Mr. Aquila Njama is the founding member of Directors Guild of Nigeria. He's also a movie maker, and he has had some, very popular movies like Hit and Run and Borderline. Mr. Aquila, you are welcome to the program.
Nice to be here. Looking forward to us moving forward.
All right, then our next guest is Mr. Solomon Titus. Mr. Titus is an actor, a screenwriter, and equally a film producer. You are welcome, Mr. Titus.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm happy to be among these great development. Let's kick off.
So we are going to kickstart. I hope I haven't missed out on any of the guests.
You have missed out on so many of the guests. Also with us is Ag Joel. Ag Joel is coming from Eastern Nigeria with, of course, many movies to his laurel. Ag Joel, you are welcome to this talk show. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much. It's nice having.
Okay. And of course, with us also, okay, I think that is all the guests we have in the studio right now. Others will join us as we continue. So, Victor, over to you. Hello, Victor, are you there?
Okay, we are going to kickstart the program with Mr. Johnny.
Yes.
As introduced earlier on by my co-host, Mr. Johnny is joining us all the way from Viva TV, all the way from the US. So, Mr. Johnny, a direct question to you. What is the plan of Viva TV? Regard to collaboration with Nollywood.
Well, we have many plans, right? Not only with Nollywood, but also Hollywood. As we're already dealing with Hollywood, I've been following Nollywood for many years now. In my mind, it's a thriving industry, and once we get it out here to this part of the world, I think it's gonna be able to be a bigger hit than it already is. A lot of great actors and actresses, a lot of great productions, that I believe should be combined. I had a dear friend over here back in December in New York. We met with my friend Jim Mike. He's also working hard in the industry. And he has explained to me on many reasons, which I already knew, why to help Nollywood here in the United States, especially with the kind of platform that we have. Viva, it's a global platform. Viva Live TV is the app, right? And that app or that system currently airs 350 networks from the United States and different parts of the world. There's a few from Africa, by the way. We want more. I want to see more. We have the ability to build any channel in no time. So Nollywood is more than welcome to join us in this journey, which is, by the way, getting bigger and bigger by the day. We're not only building new channels, helping other people, but also doing pay-per-view events, concert events. If you go to our website, www.vivalivetv.com, you will see 4 events coming up in July.
Yeah. Mhm.
But we're doing a bunch of them in August and September. We're already booked until the end of October. Uh, the pandemic obviously has brought up many different aspects on how we view television today and how we should look at these relationships moving forward, right? And I believe, uh, obviously, with everyone's hard work and dedication, we can keep moving forward and just keep doing what we're doing, right? Just doing it a little
Yeah.
bit smarter, looking at the future, which, people say, oh, Viva is the future, but you know what? The future is here. The future is now. We can waste no more time. Remember, Nollywood is a source of entertainment that is basically going to keep people enjoying themselves. Why enjoying themselves? Because at the end of the day, with this pandemic, you know, you cannot be watching the same thing over and over and over, right? So our job is to provide them with something new every day. And as huge as the movie industry is, uh, I believe there are synergies also that can work uh, to move things forward, such as Viva and Hollywood bring every movie possible to the United States to our platform. We currently signed a deal with a billion TVs in the next 2 years
Okay.
with 50 brands. 1 billion, 50 brands. I mean, that's pretty big. And I would love to have Nollywood display on those TVs. The other part is that we are almost, if not in every platform, as you might have seen in the commercial that Celestine played, that makes us a good sense of distribution. It gives us the distribution that is much needed to move anything forward. And of course, the viewership, the relationships, the the actual platform itself is being deemed as one of the best platforms in the
Independent
world.
filmmakers.
I mean, and I'm talking by the big guys, the guys that you already know, names that you already know. So eventually, we will reach a plateau that no one will be able to stop us, and that includes Nollywood. And of course, like Victor said, there's another side of this that no one sees, right? And that's the reason why everybody wants to be an actor, everybody wants to be a singer, but they don't understand, or better yet, they need to recognize that this is a business. It's
Yeah.
not I'm gonna act, I'm gonna sing, and all of a sudden I'm gonna be a superstar and a zillionaire without working. You know, anyone that wants to do this, and I hope people are already doing this, which I encountered, there are many that don't recognize that this is a business, right? Everybody wants what they want, but nobody does what they're supposed to do. But yet, the people that do what they're supposed to do get stuck because of somebody that wants what they want, and that's it. And the way people should look at this is, well, I'm going to use this platform not only to grow myself, but to keep moving our personal responsibility and our moral responsibilities to our society. Right? So it's super important that everybody gets together as one to make this happen. Because otherwise, listen, the way I work over here is simple. You want to work, you want to make money, fine. But if you want to be a superstar, flying on private jets every minute because you think you're who you are and you're God's gift to the world, well, I got news for you. There's always going to be somebody better than you. So why don't you just put your feet on the ground and do what you have to do and act? Simple. Simple as that. And that's all I have to say. And I
Okay.
thank you and I thank Celestine and everyone on the panel for having me. It's been an honor for me to be able to express what I see, not what I feel, what I see and what I know.
Okay. Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Johnny, for that insight. Into the plans of Viva. With regard to collaboration with Nollywood. To make great movies. Now, I have lots of questions to ask, but before I, start, passing the questions on to the producers, I want to ask you guys to, briefly, in a few minutes or in a few seconds, give a reaction to what Johnny has said. So let me start with Mr. Jolio. What do you think is exciting about what Mr. Johnny has just told us?
Well, I picked a few points from what he has just said, and yeah, they're all facts from what he's saying, and this is one of the biggest dream of every filmmaker to get good and wider reach of distribution network in Nollywood. And I quite agree with him when he said that Africa or Nollywood is a place where the international market really needs to look into. Because we there's a whole lot happening here in Nollywood, in Nigeria. There's a whole lot that is really happening and going on in Nollywood movies. So I think he's on point from what he's saying. Yes, I quite agree with him.
Okay, thank you there, Mr. Uche. Can we now move on to Mr. Njama? What's your take?
I'd like to say Mr. Johnny actually hit the nail on the head. With what he just said. But let me chip in a little bit of what I know for sure, for certain, and that is, right now we have competitions like Viva, of course. You'll know this by now that they are competitors. We've had the likes of Netflix, we have the likes of Amazon, and etc., etc. Nollywood right now is where the world is targeting. We have lots and loads of untapped resources. We're talking about a country that has over 300 and something tribes. We have lots of stories untold. And I think Viva should capitalize on that right now. Capitalize on that. I like the aspect of coming in and doing original production. That's very encouraging. It's pretty encouraging. It's one way for Viva to get markets, to get content. If we have to sit back and wait for, okay, let producers do their bit and you guys come, bring it on the platform and you make money, that to me is not good business. You need to be involved in the business. Of course, we know we have loads and loads of original productions by Netflix, where you engage with the producer, the content providers. That is one way. And another thing is taking the opportunity, the advantage of the pandemic right now that the cinemas are not functioning because of the social distancing and all that. So this is a very, very good time to get content. I remember very well during the lockdown, a whole lot of people were tuning to Amazon, to Netflix, and they bagged home a whole lot of cash. So taking advantage of a certain situation is something that we should not outrule. Lastly, I will say this: it will benefit. It will be like a symbiotic relationship for us to get this done and done properly. We need to select the people that can give us this content